Ready? We're waiting on you. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you stand for the Lord's Prayer.
7:10.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Hunt.
Present.
Mr. Garland.
Here.
Mr. Meyer.
Here. Fellas, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes of January 23rd, 2014?
I have, sir, and I move the motion that be approved as presented.
I'll second that.
They'll stand approved as presented. Pat?
Okay.
Good, Barry, I passed you Saturday morning. That was when that was going on.
I gave Bob the advisory council meeting notice for the health department, which is on 3/3 of 14, or 3/8, I can't remember right. Is it 3/3 or 3/8? 3/8?
3-3.
Oh, okay.
Monday.
Okay, at 6 o'clock p.m. The fire contract, are you going to address that one, Bob, tonight?
Oh, we haven't
Wait till
done
you get to that. Or we didn't get anything yet?
We haven't done anything.
Nothing received.
We left Shane a message, talked with him, so they're going to get their stuff together, and, what's the other name?
No, that's right.
Hepner.
Oh,
I talked with him also from Letonia, so they're in the process of getting us whatever we need.
Forthcoming, right?
Yeah, maybe I'd have it tonight, or they will drop it on the church.
No, I didn't get it. The road mileage that we sent to Lisbon, and I got back the certified copies. The road mileage now went from 48.260 to 48.215, and we need to approve that and then sign the certification, authorize all of you guys to sign the certification, and I send it back down so they can forward it to ODOT.
What was the old pen?
48.260, and now it's 48.215.
Thank you.
48.206.
No. 48.260 was originally. That was last year. This year, well, no, the year before. Last year, then it moved to 48.215 because of the changes that Mel put together. And I sent all that down, and they sent back here's how they worded it. Mel on here. So. Yes, I will. I want them to approve it, and I'll go back to you. I'll give a copy of all that. It is, Metz Road had minus .125 because of annexation to Columbiana, ordinance number, effective date. Metz Road is now split from 255 to 280, 86.374 acres plus. Is that each one? Nothing?
Slash minus.
I don't know what it means.
For that's for the acreage, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Plus, at Red Hill Drive, we added .80. It was a a new street that was added. So it minused out a little bit, took 0.045 away from what it was last year. So if you want to approve that for me, then we will...
I move a motion, we approve that as presented.
Second.
Mr. Hunt?
Yes.
Mr. Garwood?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes.
2, 6, 8. I gave you fellas tonight the grassroots clippings and the meeting about the steering committee that is on 226, the train station in Lisbon. Can you go with that, if you're leaving it as is or changing it? It's for the Township Association representative for the steering committee.
Who's on it now?
I think we have
Carl.
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 This came from Joe Zonka. He must be the new, well, it says down here, he's the vice president from Center
Yeah.
Township for the
Right.
association. We're going to meet on February the 26th. It doesn't say what they're addressing, it's whole topics. District Advisory Council annual meeting is scheduled for Monday the 3rd of March, as required by law. Last year's meeting minutes will be distributed and a nomination discussion for one health board member as Mr. Sean Apple's term expires this year. I don't quite understand that. See, on the council, advisory council, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Then they have a member, the next step down then is a representative from every township, is that it? Is that how that goes?
You mean these? This is the health board.
Ernie,
This is the health board. It's right here.
the health board?
Yeah.
Well, why does it say this Township Association Steering Committee meeting?
Well,
Oh, wait, it's up here, there's a note here. Discussion from one health board member as Mr. Sean Apple's up this year.
yeah.
So that doesn't have to do with what you're going to.
No, this is different. This is the actual, this is the steering committee.
It's appointing one member to the health board. Is that it?
No, that's what you do with the advisory council.
Okay. Kind of complicated to me.
Well, it's become complicated.
Yeah, has it?
Yeah.
Sounds complicated to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, okay. So no action on any of that?
No, I'll just go to this March 3rd meeting.
You're going to attend the March 3rd
Yeah.
health meeting? That's the one, the advisory council with the health department.
Right.
To attend. Okay. I don't really have anything else. I have to look. I did get all those little odds and ends of the bills paid out that we need to clean up. So the job here is wiped out. Copier, that bill was in there tonight, that $49.99 is in there tonight. And I think that's all that I know about paying.
So we took care of everything, so we didn't have to carry anything. Good.
All those
Yeah.
checks, there's a couple in there tonight, but the large check went out, but it was written in December of last year, so.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Well, like we were talking about there at the beginning, mostly know what we've been up to around here. What? Maybe plowing a little snow. Just to give you a little background on that, since the first of the year, which is 37 days ago, we've only had 4 complete days off. And it's been busy. A lot of weekend storms, and only 1 day off since the last meeting.
And a new guy.
The new guy has started, yes. Sean started on the 27th. So far, so good. He's doing a good job. His first day, I rode with him, he rode with me, and then I rode with him to kind of help him along, just to show him how we do what we do around here. Kind of settled right in. He's been here for several snows since he started. Like I said, I think he's doing a good job. It's working out well so far. So he's been available for his call-outs and done a good job when he's been here. Him and I also did our January sign inspection, so at the same time you can see all the township roads and the boundaries and areas where we turn around and all that type of thing. And as I told you about the record bill there that you saw, that was for a blown hydraulic pressure line on the 2006, which happened on the weekend, as you guys already knew. We finished that weekend with number 6, since at that time there were still just the 3 of us, and made the necessary repairs the following work week. And really the only thing that I need to talk about is the copier.
What?
The copier. I've had multiple conversations with Valley office. They had to come 2 times for a code E780 that has come up on the machine. They say it's a communication code with the scanning part of the copier and printing it off. A couple times they had to just shut the main power off, and then it worked. They did have to come out 2 times when it said contact your network administrator. So no matter what I did, I couldn't make it work. So there was 2 call-outs for that, and they repaired it. They have sent a bill for that work. It's in the stack here. And there was some scanning, along with all this, at the same time there was some scanning issues, which they said was caused by our firewall was blocking the scanning. They fixed it, sent a bill for it. I called back and said, well, I don't think it'll work right in the first place. I don't think we should have to pay that bill. So I did get them to reverse that. But as far as the one that's coming up about the codes, they said, well, that's why you need the maintenance agreement. So I don't know what we want to do as far as, I've talked to them, and they strongly recommend the maintenance agreement. Of course you want to. It does cover everything. Yeah, if you want to do that. As far as that maintenance agreement, it shouldn't have been it was coming up to like almost 50. It should just be $39, because there was some tax with that, and there was some, that's for
The 49 is paid. But on here, there's a service call on the 31st for $223.10.
That had tax on it too. This should be the right amount here. It's $208.50.
I did call.
I mean, he says with the service agreement, maintenance agreement, that'll cover everything it takes to make a copy, any parts, labor, anything wears out, toner. The only thing that it doesn't cover is paper and staples. And if they had to do IT, network, with it being hooked to the internet, that wouldn't be covered under the maintenance agreement. They also said that this amount, if we did sign the maintenance agreement, they would make it retro to when we got the machine, and they would take this off. So I don't know where we want to go.
I didn't pull that to know what that maintenance was.
When was the machine plugged in and started to be used?
The machine was plugged in on 12/18/13.
So we're a month and a half. And then, what was it, 30-day, 60-day warranty.
There's 90 days on, is what they told me, that there was a 90-day warranty on the machine.
Right.
So I felt like it should have been covered, that should have been covered under that.
You mean it wasn't, or it isn't?
For a machine that we just have plugged in on 12/18 that hasn't been correctly operating since day one, we should not be incurring service calls,
Right.
in my eyes.
I totally agree.
You know, and so,
Well, good, tell them that.
you know, if you would like me to call Valley office, I would be more than glad if we can get these dates. Now, I will call them. Because, for one, the machine hasn't operated correctly from 12/18.
It's brand new.
Correct. Get it up and running. Don't force the service agreement on us and charge us $200 and say it would be cheaper. Because what's the service agreement? Monthly.
$39 a month.
A month.
Right. $468.
It's a 3-year contract.
Yes.
Or was it 3?
Just give me the contact information, Ron, because I've just...
like I said, I've spent
I know you have.
phone calls 5, 6 o'clock at night. I've talked to these guys. I got them to reverse some of them, but
Well,
Did you tell them about the one where they did it over the phone?
yeah, that's it. The one that I got reversed was the one over the phone.
But did they go back?
if I can just get a chronological event from
Yeah, I have all those
12/18,
down.
give that to me and I'll contact Valley because, for one, like Bob said, it's a brand new machine. Come on.
Right, I totally agree.
Glad I didn't buy mine.
It's very to contact that. But it also takes a lot of your hours. A lot of your time you could be doing something else, is what I think.
I know, that's what I mean. I've spent a lot of time on the phone with them.
Yeah.
It's one thing to go to service agreement, but the pressing thing is the machine hasn't operated at full capacity since it's been plugged in on 12/18.
Well, that was the one time, when I called back after the bill showed up, I said, we've only had this for, like you said, like a month and a half. And I said, shouldn't that be covered,
Yeah.
And I wasn't even aware there was going to be a charge in this, just the bill shows up in the mail.
That's fine.
Well, we shouldn't be having to pay for any of this.
No.
And right now, we're not going.
No.
I'll give you all the dates and
That's
all the
That would be
times
awesome.
I've talked, that they've been here, that I've talked to them. I have all that written down, so I'll give it all to you.
And that's $6,000 machine, isn't it? $58.99, if I remember right.
Yeah, well, they're all that. Well, they used to be more than that.
Yeah, in the copier service sales world, I think they think that's a cheap copier. Like, no, they
Yeah, I guess I lived in the wrong world.
I always joke, my first car cost us.
That's all I really have to do.
Kim,
Hello. Well, Mel's got you all up to speed on that. The zoning commission had their meeting in January. You already knew that. It was just required quarterly, state of the township, nothing new to report. And I just attached so you know what goes out of our office that ODOT had like an emergency question. They wanted to know about road salt needs. And I mean, it came in the email and they wanted the answer by the close of business. So Mel was really good and I put him on the spot and he took the quiz and said, yes, this is how much we need. How it affects us, but just so you know, we did answer them. I don't like to say we're not team players.
anything else?
No, that's all I have.
Carl.
I have nothing.
Barry.
The salt contracts, we got minimums and maximums right now.
Correct.
Are we getting close to the maximum? So we haven't exceeded it yet, so we're still within the parameters?
Yes.
Good.
I kind of think that's what that email's about. They're trying to get feelers for how much people are going to need to be over.
Right.
Don't you think?
Probably so, and there's a lot of other things that are involved in that contract statewide. We talked a little bit about, so we're still not at our maximum. And the key is you guys have done an excellent job this month. Starting with 3, we got your fourth worker. You conserved the material. the roads in this township have been phenomenal for the residents. And I appreciate it. I've spent a lot of hours out there going out myself, and I appreciate it. I know the time it takes away from your family, so I pass that to the guys. I sent out the Jobs Ohio contract. It hasn't come back to the facility yet, because that'll be the return. When we get that contract back executed, it hasn't come back yet. Then I just handed out just a right-of-way map from the 344 Columbiana Court, just to the area in question, just for everybody to review. Just kind of right-of-way and stuff like that, so.
Is that over where you made the changes?
It's just actually because when that road was changed back in '69, Pat, the right-of-way basically was kept because the old 344 went easterly. So there's quite a bit of wide right-of-way out through there. There's a few encroachments that Mel and I have talked about that we'll probably deal with as far as some right-of-way issues out through there. So it's just an informational map. They sent it to me from about that. Really, I just wanted to pass it. Mel, I think I gave you a copy of it. That's all I have.
For some reason, the Department of Commerce sent me this certificate of use and occupancy. And I don't know why it wasn't mailed here. They sent it to my post office. My post office box doesn't show up on anything we've done out here. So that's probably something we
I
need to
think
hang up.
we've posting them, haven't we?
They're in this display cabinet. It's a code.
I'll keep a copy and put it in my stuff, but you've got to post.
Yeah.
Is that because they did this work? Because they did this work? Is that what we have?
Yeah.
Okay, copy and give to them.
Yeah, the rest of those, because I think most anytime there's anything done there with the state inspector with specs.
Right. Right. And then, a fellow by the name of Guy Falzetta called Pat, and then he called me, and that's regarding the Zarnowski house fire out there, and he wanted to know about the $12,000, what was going on with that. So I explained to him why Mennonite Mutual had done that. And their plans are, they're going to take off the second floor and turn it into a one-story family residence like it was before.
I think he said there's 2 floors coming off. I think it's
Well,
three.
the attic
Yeah.
and the second floor.
Yeah.
They're going to take that off and turn it back into a house. So I said, when that's done, let us know, and we'll send out our inspector.
I'll go out. Did they say they're not changing, I mean, we never try to, we don't want to add too much hardship, but are they changing the footprint of the main floor?
Told them, whoever they hired, they had to call you.
Because generally our zoning commission take the position, and that's doable, that when a house gets smaller and the footprint doesn't change, we would not normally even require them to pay.
Well, accommodation isn't going to change.
Right, but I still like to be in the loop. But just so if you guys don't get that, we normally don't charge people to rebuild their homes after a fire. I mean, we've only had 1 or 2, but we're not here to look like jerks. I'm really sorry for your loss, but give me a check.
Well, it's in a trust. It's the Steve Zarnowski Trust.
Because I think with the other one over there, once I just went over and made sure, I'm not a building inspector, but I went over and made sure that it looks finished. Remember the one out?
Right, down on
And that was
517.
and you all had satisfied with
If you
that.
look at it today, it looks like it's finished.
Yeah.
You can't see a thing, it's interior.
Right,
Right.
well, and that's the other too, I mean, we always, I'll be happy to look at it, but I just make it clear, I'm not a building inspector, I just go in for the aesthetics, it looks finished, the neighbors aren't being harmed by this.
But evidently, the insurance carriers, they got a rule, section 392986, when damages exceed 60% of the liability, then
You know, really, we have a
they
resolution
put the
that
money aside.
they there is a state resolution with the state
Yeah,
about
there's
it.
a state code.
Well, I think it's smart, it's to protect, I'm sure, especially municipalities and things, for people just taking the insurance check and walking away.
Right.
And, I mean, let's look at Youngstown, how many burned out houses are, where I'm sure somebody paid insurance out on that, but they sure didn't put it back for the house.
Well, I think he wanted 12,000 to
Well, my question
give
to
to
you,
the builder, and I said, no, not yet.
Is that the last payment?
my question to you, Bob, is this needs to be payable to us for some trust fund. We can't, how are we gonna negotiate that?
Well, we're just sitting on it. We didn't cash it.
I know, but who are we gonna give it to?
I don't know. We'll just tell the insurance, we'll send it back and tell them to
You
reissue it.
remember,
Last time.
that happened with that case too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The seller and the buyer,
Yeah.
and we were getting
Yeah.
sucked into.
It was a mess, it was a nightmare.
It was, now that you, it wasn't for me, but I know for the legal end, they didn't know who was gonna get the
See, to
money.
me, we deposited a north of a check, if I remember right.
You
We can't put that,
No, not this one.
neither one of us can sign, nobody can sign for that trust or whatever.
Right. But once I explained to him the rationale behind it, he was happy with that. But I don't know, you want all this stuff back? Just,
I can put it in spot on here, I have this stuff,
at least we'll have,
your notes and my notes.
yeah, we'll know what's going on.
Well, he was just glad to talk with somebody to take a little bit off his.
Yeah, because they want to hire a contractor, get them in there and start working on it. You're it. You didn't even have to sign in. You're it.
That's it. No, I'm just here to listen, and what's going on, I have nothing to say. Mel, you're doing a great job on the roads.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Your time's up.
I know, but I'm speaking as a resident, not just because Mel and I work together, but I told him before the meeting, and I want to say publicly, and I'm not going to name, it's not Columbiana, but there's another municipality around here that I had to drive around today, and it is amazing how bad their roads are 24 hours after a storm. And I don't think I appreciate Fairfield Township all the time until you have to go somewhere where they're clearly struggling for whatever reason to keep the roads clear. And I just told Mel, I really appreciate it. Not just because, oh, it makes us all feel good, but I'm a mom with a 16-year-old driver, and I never thought I would have to say that. My son would say, can I go to such and such city? I will let him drive anywhere in Fairfield Township. He cannot. I literally find that I don't think some of these roads are safe. I don't think they're keeping these roads clear like they should, or at least how we've gotten used to it. And so I know you guys appreciate them, but I hope our township residents do, because our roads are amazing. My husband has said that. He drives, in the morning, and he knows when he leaves Fairfield Township. And I know you guys work really hard now, and we do appreciate it.
Well, we got a good bunch of guys.
Now we'll pass that on to his buddies.
But you two were the ones that picked that copier, so.
Yeah, that was-
I was gonna be all, who picked that copier? Mel just loved that sharp. I'm sorry. That's
Motion to
all right.
adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
What does it say? More money, more problems?